The Nissan GTR, the newer version of it, when it came out, how many years ago now? 14, 15 or something years ago. That was a fantastic car. It was an interesting car from Nissan. It was basically a budget supercar killer. And that's something that people loved. Something that was comparable to a supercar and the price much cheaper that everyone could access it. And it was heavily modifiable, so the modifying community loved that car. And it was a huge hit. And the name kind of made Nissan famous, the new GTR name. And I feel like they kind of lost their way when it comes to the GTR because the newer GTR, it's got more power now, but it's gotten too expensive. It's over $100,000, and that's not the price point that Nissan wants to be competing in. I mean, even though the car has made some improvements, it's still not enough. It needed to be priced under $100,000, but maybe they couldn't do that for whatever reason. So I honestly think that Nissan needs to try and recapture that image by bringing out a new car priced under $100,000 with all the awesome specs of a supercar and the design and all that, and make a fantastic supercar. And Nissan, I honestly feel they could do it. I mean, think about it. This is kind of what Chevy's doing with the Corvette. They turned the Corvette into a budget supercar with the specs and the design, and people love the car. That's a beloved car, and everyone wants it. And it's actually something people can buy. And it's kind of a proven strategy. People want supercar performance at a budget price, and if the price is relatable with what they're expecting from the brand, people will pay it. And Nissan needs to do this again. They need to bring out a new car. Now, ideally, they could bring out the GTR again with a much cheaper price, but I feel like that might be a bit of a problem for all the people who bought the previous GTRs, and it might do some damage to the reputation of the brand with people being afraid to buy new cars if they're worried about a cheaper version of that coming out later. So the GTR name, it's probably kind of stuck there at that price point. Maybe they could do something with that later, but yeah, they could maybe bring out an older name that they had a sports car name or something like that, and revive that and bring out a new supercar killer in that. As long as it's internal combustion, people will be happy with it. And yeah, Nissan could do that, honestly. I mean, I feel like they're more than capable of doing it. They did it with the GTR, they could do it, and with the internal combustion engine, it's not like you need to put a lot of R&D into making a brand new, completely brand new system. So they have that, and these type of cars do have a market. I feel like they always have a market unless they're forced to not exist. In meaning that if they're forced to become EVs, unless that happens, they'll always have a market. And Nissan needs to capture that and really bring up their brand reputation. Now, I don't know what the condition of the brand is right now, but earlier on the brand was in a bit of trouble. And anyway, this could be a huge boost to the brand, and they could just transition into a supercar type of brand. I mean, those brands are popular and people do want them. I mean, Ferrari and Lamborghini, they make supercars and they're doing well. Although Lamborghini is under another umbrella, but Ferrari is doing well, so I think it'll work, honestly. And with all the competition, the budget segment, if you're a brand that's known to have the capability to make a supercar type of car, you should really capitalize on it and make at least a few of them and try it out and try to transition into that type of brand. And yeah, I mean, honestly, it seems like a simple strategy. Sure, you have to put some money into it, but I honestly don't think they need to put that much into it because they already have the foundations for it. I mean, if there are manufacturers never done this before, sure, it might be a it might be difficult and take some time and money, but they already have the GTR, so technically they could do that and make it cheaper. They could find some way to make it cheaper, and it would be a huge hit. And I hope that Nissan at least considers this, because internal combustion engines for the meantime is making a sort of a comeback, even though temporary, and they should capitalize on it as much as possible to really build a really strong brand reputation. Because you need a brand reputation to survive these days, let's face it. Just making a good car isn't enough. You need your brand to be specialized in something, either in luxury or sportiness or something like that. Just being great isn't enough. So